Ew, gotta get rid of this old Backstreet Boys t-shirt.
Tell me why.
Because it stinks, boys.
Tell me why.
I've washed it so many times, but the odor won't come out.
Tell me why.
No, you tell me why I can't get rid of this odor.
Have you tried Downy Rinse and Refresh? It doesn't just cover up odors, it helps remove them.
Wow, it worked, guys.
Yeah.
Downy Rinse and Refresh removes more odor in one wash than the leading value detergent in 3 washes. Find it wherever you buy laundry products.
I need new music.
This is the JJO Discover New Music Podcast.
Hi, this is Sam and Tom, and we're in Architects.
All right, everyone, welcome to another episode of Discover New Music. Joining me today, lead vocals from Architects, Sam Carter. Sam, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing very well. Real pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
Glad to have you guys take some time. I know you've been so busy hitting the road, got the new album coming out, all exciting stuff. Let's talk about it. The Classic Symptoms of a Broken Spirit, 10th studio album. Double digits. What's a milestone like that mean for the band?
It's crazy, man. It's really crazy. Like, I never thought we would get there. I think especially when you release your first record, you know, you sort of think that 10 records is for like these super old bands, and you're like, all right, here we are. We're now that old band. But yeah, it's amazing, man. It's nice to sort of have a legacy there, a legacy to care about and to create and work with. And yeah, we're really proud to still be doing it and to still be loving it as much as we are, and grateful, and yeah, looking forward to this year and the opportunities that we're going to have.
Busy year lined up. I was checking out your guys' schedule, and by no means are you taking this new record lying down. Obviously, new singles coming out, the big tour, all over the place. It kind of that general runaround with. After having maybe 2 years of not having that, is there maybe a newfound effervescence with this tour? You know, is that the album?
Yeah, I think I definitely feel like there's been a real push to carry on being better. I think we're always on each other to try and be the best band we can possibly be. I think within this time frame, we've really been able to like work individually, work actually as a band, and focus on rehearsing and being the best live band we can possibly be. You know, I think people have always been so nice about us live and given us so many compliments, but I think you don't want to rest on those. You know, you constantly want to try and be a better band. And I think, you know, especially with the shows and the big tours that we have coming up this year and next year, you've got to go and make an impression on people. And yeah, I feel like we're ready to do that.
And I'm sure people are ready to hear it too. The Classic Symptoms of a Broken Spirit. Sound speaking and the evolution of the band, where does this put you? Because sometimes you can fall into a routine. Sometimes you can, you know, even though we love AC/DC, you can do the AC/DC effect where it's like, hey, this is what we do and we're going to do it. How evolutionarily speaking does this album compare maybe to what you guys have?
Yeah, I think it's definitely a big jump. I think it's a departure from where we've been. I think a lot of people have been surprised by what we've done and where we're taking it. But I think it's something that we're really enjoying. I think we're enjoying sort of going in that world of the industrial sort of heavy and catchy sort of world that we find ourselves in now. And yeah, I feel like we're really, you know, honing in on what's great about our band and where we are now, and feel like we'll constantly push ourselves and constantly try and evolve where we, you know, every record we've evolved. But I feel like, yeah, this is a big jump for us, but it's an exciting time. I think it's something that we've enjoyed doing. You know, we've enjoyed creating it. And I think, you know, you can't do any of this for anyone else other than yourselves, and trying to create something that you're very proud of.
This may sound weird to ask. Is it a more mature sound?
Yeah, I think so. I think you have to be, after that amount of time of being a band and you know, that amount of records. I think you figure out what works and what doesn't, you know, you're through trial and error. But yeah, I think it's to me it feels like an important kind of gateway record. I think for people, and maybe we'll hear this, you know, like I heard Hybrid Theory when I was a kid by Linkin Park. You know, where you go like, oh, cool, this is great, this is catchy, but it's just the right amount of heavy, and I'm enjoying it. Obviously, like, we're a lot heavier than they are. but there's like I think there'll be people that will hear it and will get into it and then find out about other bands and sort of move throughout the genre. And I think that's important. You know, I think when those bands kind of start getting picked up and played around, like, you know, us and you know, Bring Me a great example. I think we're kind of representing this like British metal scene, almost. We want to go and talk about the bands that we grew up with and bands that we love, and I think it's cool.
It's the new British invasion, but a little bit heavier than the Beatles and the Stones, So
yeah, I feel you there. I'm with you.
Again, the new album, The Classic Symptoms of a Broken Spirit from Architects. Do you have a favorite track? Maybe one that speaks to you? I know I ask that question to everyone, especially when it comes to new music, and it can be a loaded question, but I like to dive in and maybe if there's a track that speaks to you.
I really love A New Moral Low Ground, which is a song that we put out yesterday, and the day before yesterday, and I'm not just saying that because it's the new song. Like, I've loved that song since we first put it together. It was one of the songs that came out of the first sessions that we did for this record, and yeah, it's one that like whenever you have a few beers or whatever and you play the record to your buddies and you kind of go like, oh, what do you do you want to hear the new record? Like, I'll show you some stuff. It was always the song that everybody was like, this one's really good. Like, this one's really jumping out to me. And yeah, and everyone that we sent the record to when it was finished, like all of our friends, like everybody was coming back being like, this song is really special. And I was like, I knew I had a good feeling about this one. And yeah, it's great to have it out there and to see people enjoying it. And it's a really fun song and one that I can't wait to play live.
Madison Solid Rock 94.1 JJO. I'm Brock, and my guest for JJO Discover New Music is Sam Carter of Architects, and their new release, The Classic Symptoms of a Broken Soul, is what we're highlighting this week on Discover New Music. Albums in, that's a big feat, and congratulations, guys. It's very exciting.
Yeah, thank you so much, man, and yeah, thanks for the support and supporting the band. It means a lot. I think I recently went over to Vegas to do one of the radio summit things over there, and just seeing how US radio works is just so interesting especially to a British person. Like, we have a few radio stations over here, and you have more than a few stations per state. It's amazing
per town.
How big it is. It's great. But you see these people, like yourself, that are so important to the scenes, and being able to spread across America. It's so nice. And yeah, thanks for playing this, man. It means a lot.
It's easy when it's as good as it is. It's not a hard choice for us. Which it is so funny is anyone from whether Australia or New Zealand, the UK, whatever. It's cool to see how you guys react to just the massive scale of what the U.S. is, and obviously you got your own thing going on, but I'm sure it's kind of a culture shock the first time. You're probably getting more used to it now, but
yeah, I think like especially the first time we came over to America, which was on the first record that I was on, so God knows how many years ago. It was amazing just how vast the place was. Yeah. Right. It's just, you can fit like 7 UKs in Texas. It's unbelievable.
and Texas is a big bitch. That's a big bitch.
Yeah. And it's just, it's amazing. But then actually, like, when you get to this age and this side of it and understanding, like, actually, like in the UK, we have like Radio 1 and XFM and like a few other radio stations. But yeah, US radio is just massive, and like so important, I think, to the scene and to touring bands. I think it's so important because a lot of people will just get in their cars and put on the radio, and that's where they're finding out about these new bands. You can only put so many playlists in front of people instead of actually wanting to hear somebody be like, check this band out. It's really cool.
Well, good, man. Well, we're glad we got bands like Architects to fill the airwaves with, again, The Classic Symptoms of a Broken Spirit, brand new album, 10th album. Get your hands on it, man, because you're going to
absolutely.
Before you go, so I actually did this bit with Winston from Parkway Drive. Obviously, they're from Australia, and for us Americans, we love the cheeky language kind of dialect differences that you guys have. So I did a little bit of research, and I may be so far off on this, but I looked up because the band is from East Sussex. So I looked up East Sussex slang.
Sussex lingo.
This may be so far off, maybe old, but I want to get your take on it. So we're going to do East Sussex slang, and we'll see if this is at all right. You correct me if you know what it is. So the first one, this is just, this can't be real. Beat the devil around the gooseberry bush. Have you ever heard that before?
No, that is so good. That's so good. That's like pure like ye olden times.
So okay, I didn't know. If you would have been like, "Oh yeah, I use it all the time," I'd be like, "No way, there's no way you put that in a sentence."
I'm like, oh, that's in the next record. That's what we're shouting before a breakdown.
Yes, or everyone just goes crazy in the pit. So
like, what's this goose?
Yeah, what's this? So we're beating the devil where? This doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So apparently it's to tell a long story without a point. So that's what beat the devil around the gooseberry.
Well, I'll definitely be using it now for sure.
Yes. Okay, what about we're off to a great start. What about cocker up?
Cocker up. Oh, I've never heard that.
Never heard that one. I must have found like the oldest like Sussex word you could have. So that's to spoil. Yeah. I guess it's to
cocker up. Yeah. Or to like cock up. Cock up.
Yeah, maybe
cock up. We have cock up. Yeah, we have cock up for sure. Yeah. So cock up must have come from cocker up. Yeah. Cock up's just like cock up's like, oh, you cocked it up. You made a mistake. Yeah.
Okay.
So that one's there.
We're a little close.
We got half. We got
half there. Dinlow. No. Oh my God, I did. I must have found an old scroll with all these. So that's an idiot in old Sussex.
Old East Sussex. Dinlow. All right, I'll take that one as well.
So I'll put that on the next record. Okay, Boffle. How about Boffle?
Boffle. Is that like because we had boffin in school, which is like someone that's like knows everything.
Huh.
Like a smart kid.
Yeah.
But yeah, Boffle, I've not heard of.
Maybe it's opposite. You said boffin. That's a smart kid. So that's a boffle is a mistake. So maybe it's kind of like
yeah.
All right.
Ye olden English, man.
Ye old. Crazy. This one, there's no way then. Flittermouse. Do you know what a flittermouse is?
No.
So apparently that
sounds like something from fucking Harry Potter.
It's not far off. It's a bat.
Right.
Right there. So a magical bat.
I'll keep an eye out for some Flittenhoffs tonight.
All right, last one, because I'm actually happy this worked out the way it did. That you are just as confused as I am. What about Monkey's birthday?
No, what is that?
So Monkey's birthday, according to what I saw on the internet in Sussex, is when it rains, but the sun is out at the same time. So that's
insane.
So I just gave you the title for every single one of your next songs on your next album right there. You got every single one.
That's the next 5 records done. We don't have to think about anything. That's the title of all the records.
Oh, my God. All right. Finished. Well, I'm going to write a strongly worded letter to that website that, you know what? I have it on good authority that these are all just made up words right here.
This is nonsense.
It's just nonsense. It's all written down in a ye old pub. I don't know, in 1702. Who knows?
That's probably the case. Those pubs are still probably there now.
And they probably still are, which is cool. Sam, thank you for humoring me. Your class.
A pleasure. Thank you.
And again, everyone, Architects, the new album, The Classic Symptoms of a Broken Spirit. Appreciate it, Sam. Thanks again, man.
Thank you so much, brother.
This is the JJO Discover New Music Podcast. Listen, rate, share, subscribe. Discover new music now at WJJO.com, in the JJO app, or wherever you get your podcasts. Rock has a new interview every Thursday evening between 6 and 7. 94.1 JJO.